Hello there, and welcome to another episode of our Hogwarts Legacy Let's Play. My name is Slytherin Knight, and I am so happy you could join me. So, today's episode could very well be our last, if not our last, maybe our second to last? Don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, we'll be doing the Weasley's Watchful Eye, which I assume, obviously is the first part into taking our owls. So, we'll see what that's about. But and we'll do, depending on how long this takes, we'll do whatever comes after. So, I hope you enjoy. I really do. I still, even this far into the game, I love the design they did. I love this little reference here. To me, it's a reference. The Queen's chess piece. It's a reference to me, but anyway. All right, let's see what Professor Weasley has.
Professor Weasley, you wanted to see me?
I did. We haven't had a chance to speak since I know you were quite close with Professor Fig.
Hogwarts won't be the same without him.
No, it won't. But I can assure you that he would want us to press on, and that he would rest easy knowing that the future of the wizarding world is in hands like yours.
Thank you, Professor.
You've had quite a year, both inside and outside of Hogwarts. I've heard all sorts of rumors. You've ridden a graphorn, befriended a goblin, rescued hippogriffs, even somehow ingratiated yourself with the Headless Hunt.
How did you...
It's harder to keep secrets around here than one might suspect. I'm just glad you found such a good friend in Miss Sweeting. It's nice to see her engaging more with her classmates. There have evidently been Snidget sightings in the area lately. If the centaurs are to be believed, 2 Hogwarts students are behind it.
I'm certain I don't know what...
No need to discuss it further. What I would like to discuss is your wizard's field guide. May I see it?
Of course. What do you think, Professor?
I think you've been busy this year. I see some progress here, but quite a bit of your field guide has yet to be completed. Fortunately, you do have some time to prepare for your OWLs. I will confess, I had a sense about you from that first moment you came bursting in, late, to the sorting ceremony. I am pleased to see that my instincts were correct. To think you've only been with us a year and you'll already be taking your OWLs, well, it's nothing short of astonishing.
Thank you, Professor, for everything.
You are most welcome. I look forward to seeing what you do during the rest of your time with us.
Well, okay, so my field guide is completed. So I'm guessing they don't have dialogue for the fact that my field guide is at 100%. I mean, challenges 100%. Collectibles, I have everything. So it's like, yeah, they just must not have dialogue for that. The House Cup. Oh, wow, required level 34. That's really funny. Huh. Okay. Okay. That's just such a, like, the one before this was, 24. Like, okay, yeah, if you haven't completed some of your side quests, go do them now. Like, sure enough, fair enough. But yeah, I mean, we don't really have anything else to do. Like I said, I've completed everything else for them. I mean, obviously there's some things, like if you look here, it says that I'm missing a field guide page. I have every field guide page, but it's like some of the ones that don't give you anything, like the torches that you have to light with either Incendio or Confringo, or the flying pages, or the Levioso statues, stuff like that, which don't apply to your collections, to anything like that. So it's like those aren't a big deal. Like I've already gotten my trophies that are associated with all that. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's take part in this feast. Since there's nothing else really to do.
He said I had a complexion like a hippocampus egg. Fancy saying that? I think it's because I don't sleep well.
I'm not sure that's a compliment. I do wonder what the hourglasses show. Yeah, so they don't really show anything. I mean, Hufflepuff has some, Gryffindor has a little bit, Ravenclaw has none, and nor does Slytherin. But like at the moment, it looks like Hufflepuff is without a doubt in the lead, but this doesn't really apply to anything at the moment, within game, I don't think. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's do this. Surprised they're not going to actually make us do the owls. That would have been an interesting little... Oh, well, here it is. Just see the busted up suit of armor. I love it.
This year, we have seen our students exemplify the bravery of Godric Gryffindor. Allow me to finish. The loyalty of Helga Hufflepuff. The wisdom of Rowena Ravenclaw. And the ambition of Salazar Slytherin. And so, the winner of this year's House Cup...
Excuse me, Headmaster, if I may. One particular student's heroism during the attack on Hogwarts, not to mention the level to which they have excelled in their coursework, as a new student, no less. Well, it would seem that it certainly merits, I'd say, 100 points to their house. Wouldn't you agree?
Ah, yes. Thank you, Professor Weasley. I suppose we have our winner.
Well, that was easy. Well, all right then. That's about what I expected to happen, if I'm being honest. Usually this is where I would give a review, so let's, I guess, get into that. First things first, if I had to give a general score, 10 out of 10. And that, I will admit, my love of Harry Potter, of the universe, of the story, is being applied to that, so take that as you will. The story of the game was good, if a bit predictable as it went along. I loved the little, most of the side quests are worth doing, without a doubt. The relationship quests are great, watching them develop, and you actually get you actually see some things that happen, that your decisions affect, is what I'm trying to say. The main one being Sebastian. In my playthrough, he was expelled. In your playthrough, he might not be. It really does come down to that last... I mean, yes, it comes down to the very last thing, talking to Ominous, like, hey, should we turn him in? Should we not? But still, to me, that means there is choice in it. And while there is only a single ending to the game, it kind of provides that odd sense of, there's a little bit more than you think. But anyway, so story, great. Side quests, I enjoyed them. Combat, I can definitely see where people would think it'd get a tad bit repetitive, but that's where the talent system comes in. Modifying your spells to give them different abilities, well, to give them an additional effect. I could spend hours, trying to find out the best combination of spells if I really wanted to. Or you could just fling Confringo and Bombard at everything, which works just as well. But, yeah. The game looked beautiful, I thought. I'm playing on PlayStation 5, so I don't know about how it looks on the other settings, but yeah. I really don't know what else to say, if I'm being honest. Other than that the game, I deeply enjoyed it, and if some of the things I've heard are true, this is the first in a potential series of Hogwarts Legacy games. Now that has me excited. Just because, again, I enjoyed this. I would love to see more games in a series with this. There's so much they could potentially do. They could go further into the past, they could do anything they wanted. I wouldn't recommend going further into actual Harry Potter lore. Don't make us a student with Tom Riddle. I just don't see how that would work very well. But I mean, it's like the possibilities are endless. What they could do, that has me excited. I'm looking forward to any potential DLC that might come for the game. There's a chance. We don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like I'm rambling. So I think let's let the credits roll. These people put in a lot of work to this game over a number of years. They deserve to have their names seen, even if you guys are just going to skip right through this. But yeah. Anything that I would change about the game? Well, I'm not sure. Maybe access to more spells. That would have definitely spiced up combat even more if we had even more spells to choose from. But I can understand the limitations of that. Why they kept. I mean, we had a good number of spells, and I liked the categorization system. Force, damage, and control, and how those were used, how those were, what they were used for. I enjoyed that. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm rambling. I'm not good. I'm not very good at the review side of this, so I apologize for that. But yeah, like I said, I deeply enjoyed the game. If you're on the fence about it, if you're waiting for it to come out on the older generations, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, I highly recommend it. I know it's coming out sometime in May, I believe, for the legacy generations. I'm not entirely sure what day, but I think it's early May. So if that's what you're waiting for, you have that to look forward to, and I highly recommend. Even if you've watched this playthrough all the way through, watch someone else's playthrough all the way through, it is a game worth playing. I loved it, but then again, it's based in I've been waiting for a role-playing game within the Harry Potter universe since I, developed a love for video games and a love for the Harry Potter books. I've been waiting for something like this, and it didn't disappoint, in my opinion. Not really. Like I said, characters were great, story was fantastic. Very, very glad they went with a voiced main character, just because sometimes that just doesn't work when you're a silent protagonist. But yeah, no, if you can tell, I don't really have much else to say. But yeah, one thing I would say is the flight system is not bad, but there's almost no reason to use your creature mounts, because the broom is always faster and it handles better. So if I could change one thing, it would be that. And to potentially give other, like, terrestrial mounts. Then again, I never really played around with that too much, but I'm pretty sure the Graphorn is the only thing you can use as a land-based animal mount. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to check. But really, it's not that important if it is the only thing. But, well, I mean, if it is, that's something they could have added. Wouldn't it be awesome to ride around on a unicorn? I think it would be. But yeah. I would have loved to have had a little bit more of an aside going into what they were going to do with the ancient magic reservoir. Now that it was, that our character had to, fix it, had to remake it essentially. I would have loved to have seen more on that. The keepers made it seem like as you completed these trials, you would be getting different abilities, but you never really did. The most you did with ancient magic was, your, for PlayStation, R1, L1 finisher type ability, and the ancient throw. Everything else was more thematic, or, thematic. But if they had added other abilities, and that would have been interesting. Though I will say, at least for the using ancient magic in combat, the what you could do, or what it would show you doing, was pretty varied. From dropping a lightning bolt on your enemy to making them explode in a black and purple mist. It was fairly varied. To where, like, when you're fighting spiders, you can shrink them down to a more manageable size and crush them. You can't do that with any other enemy, so that's something I like. Maybe if they had added in some, like, finishers for every monster type, for every enemy type, a unique finisher for each, with the ability to obviously use the other ones as well. But, that would have been really cool. Don't know what they would have been, but I mean, like maybe for Inferi, they explode in a giant ball of fire, or that can attack other enemies. I know there is one that does that, but I feel like I'm rambling at this point, trying to find things to talk about. I guess the only other thing that I would have a potential, not issue with, but a potential thing I wanted to say is, at some point, once you complete the various challenges, like the Merlin trial challenges, you still have a majority of Merlin trials to complete. There's a lot of them left still, but there's no real incentive to complete them other than for the trophy. But forget trophies at the moment. If you look at it without trophies, there's no reason to do the other 50 or so that you have to do to get all 95. Because after you complete the challenge, you're not getting experience for them anymore. Which I understand. I understand why they did it the way they did. Why they did that. They had their experience system mapped out pretty perfectly to where you hit level 40 at the very end of the game. Can't overlevel too much, I guess, in their view. But there's not a whole lot of incentive to really finish those things off, again, other than the trophy. But not everyone's a trophy hunter. I mean, I am. Personally, I am. Like, I would very much like to get the platinum trophy in this. But anyway. So that's one thing that I would say. Maybe if they had offered an in-game, like an in-game appearance for completing all 95 Merlin trials, that would have been great. A cloak, like Merlin's cloak, or Merlin's attire, or something like that. It's cosmetic, has no effect on the game, but it's a cosmetic item. I think that would have been good. They did that for the battle trials. The outfit I ended up wearing was the result of doing the 2 battle trials that exist. The 2 standard ones. You get the Ashwinder's outfit and the Thief's cloak. Which to me, I really liked the way those look. That's why I ended up ending with that. But, I don't know. That's one thing. But like with the Hogwarts research paper, or a Hogwarts field guide pages, you only have to do about half of them to finish the challenge, and there's another like half to do. But again, there's no incentive. I guess the only incentive, again, that's for a trophy, because you have to get all 150 of them throughout Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and the Highlands to get a trophy for that. The collector's edition trophy. So I guess that's how they looked at it. They were all just trophies. Like, they don't have to have an incentive. The incentive is the trophy, which is fine, I guess. But, add in a little bit something extra. That would probably be my only real thing, is that challenges lacked incentives, but completing them 100% lacked a true incentive. So that'd be the only thing. The only real grievance that I would have. Because, I'm going to complete them either way, but I would love to have something to show besides the trophy. Like, show something in-game that says, hey, you completed this. So that would probably be the only thing. And I do apologize for repeating myself so many times. I tend to do that once I kind of run out of things to say. But yeah. Overall score, 10 out of 10, or maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Because truly no game's perfect, I would say, but this game came pretty close to it, I like to think. So let's go ahead and... There it is. I just wanted to see if anything else pops up for that. Nothing else? Jeez. Well, before we wrap it up, we're gonna head down into the common room. See, I just want to see if there's anything at all, any extra at all. I don't think so, but you never know. You never know. There's a few students around, so maybe there's something. It'd be kind of cool if they put the trophy somewhere in the common room. That would be cool. Doesn't look like it.
Revelio.
Don't see anything different. Nope.
I
I can't say I ever thought Ramrock stood much of a chance. Just a lot of bluster and noise.
Well, alright then.
Many of your parents were Gryffindors. Oh, the stories I could tell you.
Pretty sure you're not talking to me. But alright, everybody. This is indeed where we're going to wrap it up. So, thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed this playthrough, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date for whenever I post new content. Hopefully I'll have another playthrough of something going along with this, but you never know. At the moment, a little bit of a dry spell at the moment. But yeah, all I can say is thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming with me on this playthrough of Hogwarts Legacy. If you've watched every episode, I really, really appreciate it. I can't imagine that, but I really appreciate it. And I will, leave you off with thank you again. Just thank you. I enjoyed the game. If you're on the fence about getting it, I recommend it. It's great. I enjoyed my 50, 60 some odd hours I put into this game. But anyway, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.